Today we'll be making a simple but beautiful flower inspired by my garden and Georgia O'Keeffe, of course in my 3D textured way. As you can see from my table, I'm still away. This is not my studio and I still don't have 99% of materials or all my equipment, but we can create on budget and we can create when we are away. I found quite a small canvas and it's square, and because I've been working in the garden recently quite a lot, I've been inspired by some flowers. And I'm going to do it hopefully in the style of Georgia O'Keeffe. I want just one big, partially abstract flower covering most of my canvas. Fortunately, I've got some leftover all-purpose filler. So I found a container that I stored. This has been there since last year. Let me just open it. Oh, some leftover paste. I wonder if I can recover this. I'm going to make a blue flower, and that makes me so happy. And let's see if this works. I keep stuff most of the time. It actually works, especially with all my paints. So I'm going to add some more. I bought some fresh paint. Don't think I'll need that much. And yes, of course, my blue is going to be much lighter, which is fine because I was intending to paint it anyway. I just didn't know which color. So let me combine the elements. Oh well, I think I've forgotten about something. I don't have any design, so let's put this away. Georgia O'Keeffe really liked painting flowers from up close, something like that, and they were slightly exaggerated and very often symbolic. As I said, I want something rather big. If you're asking me what flower this is, we'll see in a minute. I'm improvising. I'm sure I'll be trying and trying. I think it looks like a kind of like a magnolia, I think. The last one here, like overlapping this one, going somewhere there and then turning upwards. Yeah, I think I don't mind the composition. It does look like a magnolia. So now I have to look for something like a nice sturdy bag to make the cone. And I think this will do. I wonder if it's a bit thicker than the paste I usually make. Hopefully not. We're going to have a blue kind of magnolia. Magnolia-ish flower. Rolling the cone was much easier than just rolling the bag. Taping it so the paste doesn't come out. I'll also need some water and a flat brush. Okay, ready, steady, go. Petals are quite chunky, so I don't have to cut a tiny hole. Oh, that's quite big. I'm going to choose the petal that's either underneath or not touching anything. So I might start, I think with this one. Okay, my paste flows lovely. Whoop, it's okay. It's okay. Let's just move it. I honestly cut a very chunky bit, didn't I? The choice of blue, you can actually see much better when I'm doing it, much better than with the white paste. Now this part I want much thicker because it's going to be curved, putting much more paste, as you can see. And now I'll spread it gently, and if it's not enough, I'll add some more. And now I'm going to do this one. I don't want to make the one touching yet. Again, the inside is going to be flatter. And this part, I want it thick. I do want those petals to be quite chunky. That's why I don't mind this big nozzle. I'm making it flatter towards the midsection because I want a really nice inside. The drawing was just an indication, so I'm slightly changing. Might add a couple more lines. Here. And I am going to do which one? This one. Why? Because this one will be on top of it. So the hidden one. This one doesn't have any particular curves. When you start a work like this, you'll notice that first petal, yes, is a bit of a struggle, especially if you had a longer break, any 3D work. Later on, it's easier and easier. And I also spread it the way the petals grow. You can probably guess which one I'm going to do next. Yes, this one. This one reminds me of a whale. I only realized that this color and the 3D-ness kind of reminds me of Wedgwood pottery. Did anybody think of that? Tapping, spreading, and shaping. Kind of curved quite a lot. So that means that this petal is twisted, most of it. It dried really nicely. It's less than 24 hours. I'm going to cover it with a layer of white first, even though I do want the blue, but then I'm going to paint it later anyway. However, I do want to coat the paste. I'm ready to do the midsection, but my little bag, I think the nozzle is way too big. I want a very small nozzle to create little, I don't even know how to call them. Well, at this point, I'm really imagining a magnolia, so I am making this, I would say, cone-shaped, hairy shape. I don't know how. The central part with those little hairy bits. I have to decide on the darker shades of blue. I found all the blues in my box. Cerulean, cobalt, cold grey, phthalo blue, black and white. And see what I can mix from these. So this is my mixing ground. Very, very vibrant. That's why I like adding a little bit of black to tone it down. I've got two more blues. Ultramarine and Prussian blue. Nice playing with all the blues. Okay, so I'm leaving the edges that white because I like them and I love this color. Now I wanted something that will look nice. I need to add this grey. Yeah, okay, finally I have what I wanted. Oh, that's nice. So I do like this color. I'm going to repeat it on other petals. I might be adding a couple of layers to make sure that it covers really well. Add some nice highlights here. Looks pretty dark now and I need some highlights, so I've got white and I'm going to lighten up all of it. I'm trying to recover some of the patterns on the petals. Last thing, time for my very thin brush. It has to be wet, otherwise it doesn't flow nicely. Couple here, couple there. The background, I was thinking even of leaving it white, but at the moment I feel like something creamy, off-white, really light. I'm adding some gold, maybe a small dot of burnt umber. I think it'll be nice with the blue. Let's see. Oh, you see the difference? Yeah, that's what I wanted. And later on some shadows. So first layer and then probably the second. Now I'm wondering about some shadows. Got the same color, maybe a tiny bit darker, and I'm going to add a drop of black. Now thinking of source of light, so where's my source of light? I would say it's coming like from here, so my shadows will be underneath the petals. Now I'm wiping a bit off to get the edges blended. A little bit of gold. I'm a bit worried that this gold is not the gold I want. If I can't use this gold because it's too yellowy, too deep. That's not my favorite gold. So I found something else. That's much, much, much nicer. Gold leaf it is. Here's some gilding paste I brought with me. Put a drop here. And I'm going to choose which sections, of course the lightest ones. I can even go into the edges here, maybe. Here and there. the interesting bits. I'm only choosing the ones on top. Excited to see what happens. I know that some of you just put the whole sheets on. I don't know, I personally prefer putting sections. I have less to throw away. Once we brush it off, the bits can get everywhere. Okay, so now I just have to find every part that I covered with my paste. Most exciting bit. Look, time to scrape it up. This is quite a soft brush, maybe I should take a bit more rough. I'll spend a few minutes cleaning the rest. I cleaned the petals and I'm going to redo certain bits. I quite like those chunky parts, so I might add a bit more. However, this is intriguing. Oh yes, oh look at that. That's what I wanted. There we are. If you want to watch the extended version when you can follow up and create with me, I invite you to our lovely Patreon group where I post much longer videos every single week. Also, if you want to own this cute beauty, please head over to my website abcreativeofficial.com. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a comment or like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.